In the third year of Achashverosh's reign, he made a party. He invited all the noblemen, all of the officers. Everyone came to this 180-day party. The commentaries explain many reasons why he made this party, but the Nesivos explains one particular reason. Explains in Nesivos that at this moment in Achashverosh's life, he should have been broken, he should have been depressed. Right now he rules over 127 Medinos, but originally he ruled over even more. The Gemara tells us that there were 4 people who were slated to rule over Kippa, over the inhabited world. One of them was Achashverosh. Until very recently, Achashverosh had ruled over the entire world. He had just recently lost 117 of those city-states. He had left 127, but almost half of his melucha, almost half of his monarchy had been stolen from him. By all rights, he should have been broken, he should have been depressed, yet he made a mishta, he made a party, he was besimcha. And the Nesivos explains why. Because he saw a heavenly sign. Explains in Nesivos, the Gemara tells us that whenever we are scattered, whenever the Jewish people are scattered throughout the exile, Hashem always arranges us that we are scattered far and wide. So that if one despot arises who wants to kill out the Jews, he might be successful in killing out a small portion, but there'll be a sheris, a plate, there'll be many others left in other regions. Hashem always scatters us amongst many monarchies. When Achashverosh ruled over Kippa, the entire inhabited world, obviously every Jew alive was under his dominion. When the rebellion was put down and he lost half of his melucha, he still had every Jew alive under his control. It was almost as if a laser was cutting out the boundaries. If there were Jews in that region, it remained under his control. If there were no Jews, it was taken from him. When the rebellion was put down, every Jew alive remained under his control. Achashverosh took it as a sign from heaven. The Jewish people are being delivered to me to annihilate, to kill, and he was besimcha, he was filled with joy. This Nesivos is very eye-opening because Achashverosh was an ambitious, driven barbarian. He rose to power by kicking, clawing, scratching his way into power. Power was something that he adored, that he loved, and he should have been a broken man, yet he was given something maybe even more valuable. Granted, I lost that title of Emperor of the world, but look what I got. I get to kill the Jews. This is an illustration of a real old world anti-Semite, but the Nesivos explains why. He was an anti-Semite because he knew the battle which he was fighting. He was fighting against the Jews because the Jews represented Kedusha. The Jews represented God, the Jews represented holiness, and he was on a mission against it. Oh, he was very driven. Oh, he was very directed, but he understood the why behind it. The modern anti-Semite probably doesn't realize the Ahmadinejads, the various puppets put into play, may not even understand the underlying cause. But once upon a time, there were people who understood why they hate the Jews. The Jew represents God. The Jew represents holiness. I hate that, and I fight my war against it. When we see our enemies, when we see their determination, and we see the anger, the energy with which they fight, it should allow us to see the role, the pivotal role that Jews play in the world, and understand our position, our importance, and how significant it is that we use those situations properly to serve Hashem.